All right, welcome to Talking Business. My name is Darryl Kwao. We are live across our social media platforms at Joy Prime TV on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Also, remember that you can always keep up to date on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. So let's begin with Cocoa syndicated loan, which we're hearing will be released next month. We are expecting $1.5 billion for the syndicated loan. At a conference of cocoa managers, CEO of Cocoa Board said that the processes had begun. We expect that the loan would also ease pressure on the city. Here's more of what he's been saying when he joined the meeting virtually.
So the long and short of it all is that COVID had adversely or negatively impacted, the market and affected our revenue generation. Now, when you combine the two, that's the climate change and then the impact of COVID, you come to realize that the money that we went for last year, we syndicated $1.3 million United States dollars for 2020-2021 crop season. But because of the two impacts, and then the production that ensued, because the production far exceeded our projection. The production of cocoa far exceeded our projection. And for that matter, the money that we went for, the $1.3 million United States dollars, did not take us anywhere. And within the year, we've had a number of problems. Of course, I must commend Olam. We've done very well because at some point, Olam was buying about 70,000 metric tons ahead.
All right, away from that, let's turn to oil and gas now. We're hearing that the International Arbitration Tribunal in London has set the 16th of September to determine when it will start hearing the case brought against the government of Ghana by Italian oil and gas firm ENI, which is challenging the unitization plans of government with wholly owned Ghanaian company Springfield. We are told that Ghana has already started mounting its defense to the suit that was filed in the London court. There's more in this report from my colleague George Afe.
Joy Business is learning that government has engaged an external solicitor and is in the process of filing the state's response not later than September 16, 2021. This will now open the door for the hearing date to be set by the court in London. Governments also say they don't think that ENI has a case. This is because unitization is nothing new and regulators around the world have all used it to save cost when needed. In Ghana's case, government even cites the Jubilee oil field where there's been some sort of unitization. According to government, it is pressing ahead with the unitization of Springfield and ENI because it wants to save cost, adding that it is not prudent for the two oil firms to work separately on the same oil area where resources can be pulled together. This because government will be losing in terms of revenue when it allows this to go on. It maintains that ENI has no case but would want to make its argument in court when the case opens. The Italian oil firm last month filed an application at the International Tribunal in London seeking to stop the Ghanaian government directive that ENI should unitize the Sankofa oil field and the Afina oil block operated by Springfield. ENI warned the tribunal to declare the directive by the Energy Ministry as illegal and breach of its contract.
Finally, for us, for this segment this morning, we are turning to the Bank of Ghana, which is doing something very interesting. They say that digital currency is the future of money. So the Bank of Ghana has started piloting the ECD, a digital currency, which we understand can be deposited on your smart devices, your smartphones, your smartwatches. Even if you have a YAM, there's a way that you can store the ECD on it. We have been speaking with Kwame Opong, who is Head of FinTech and Innovation at the Bank of Ghana.
ECD will be available for use in different means and different ways. If you have a bank account and it's in your bank account, you can spend it with your debit card. You can spend it by moving it with your banking app. And similarly, you can withdraw it onto an offline card as well. So in that case, you don't actually see the ECD as you will with physical currency. You don't see it with your eyes. But all the safety features and the security features that we incorporate into currency, we actually do into our current notes, are also going to be embedded in there. And so I can, for instance, have a card, a very simple card that I can store my ECD on it. So rather than carry a large sum of cash somewhere to go and make a payment, I could have one of these cards and save it on. Now, it's also important to mention that because it's digital, you can save it beyond cards. You can also save it on smart devices, such as smart watches, smartphones, locally on the device itself, not necessarily by connecting it through an app. And you can save it in any device that is a smart device. To also mention, for those who may not have access to data, but have access to our usual USSD, which is quite common in Ghana, which is the star, then you put in a number and press hash and it's sent, you can still use that to spend the ECD. And so, to a large extent, the ECD comes to replace cash and the role that cash is playing in the system right now, without interfering with what is happening.
And that sounds pretty interesting, coming upon the head of FinTech and Innovation at the Bank of Ghana. That's Talking Business this morning. Up next, beyond the headlines, don't go anywhere.